Welcome to the Connection America Business Alliance, powered by the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Today, we have a group of professionals, great companies, and we'll have an online to introduce you their companies, their products and services. So that's a great opportunity to understand who they are, what they do, and what is the latest about their organization. Because it's an online business networking event, I'll be also hosting this event, and I'll help them introduce their organizations to you, as well as share their contact information about their company and how you can get in touch with them. Before further ado, I'll invite our guest to our virtual stage, and let's get the online business networking event started.
A lot of people.
All right, great. Well, let's see. Everyone is here. Everyone connected.
Yeah.
All right, looking good. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for connecting and joining us in the Connection America Business Alliance, powered by the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Well, we have a set of questions to help our audience know about your company, your products and services. It is also a great opportunity for you to meet with each other. So that's an online networking event to connect, collaborate, and start growing our organizations with our collaboration together. That is our goal today. Well, why don't we get started? Let's start with introductions. So I'm going to go around the room virtually, and I'll ask you to introduce yourself, your company, your organization, your products and services. Tell us about yourself, and let our audience know about your organization, your offering and your services, if that's okay. Why don't we start with Chip? Good morning, Chip.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well,
that's not my dog.
Okay. So let's see. Well, okay. All right, let's do this. All right, sounds good. Okay, well, Chip, we are all ears. Thank you very much for connecting. I hope all is well.
Thank you for having me on. I've been excited about this. And my name's Chip Higgins. I'm the founder and CEO of Bizix LLC. Bizix is a small business coaching and advisory firm. I spent 40 years in the banking industry, serving small business owners before founding Bizix. And the intent was to create a model around business momentum that was easily understandable, that people could apply to their business and put the best of ideas into that model. So my approach is to follow the physics formula for momentum, mass times velocity, and help people understand how that applies to their business. I'm located in Nashville, Tennessee, and I can't remember the order, everything else, Kevin, that I need to cover, but we kind of focus on companies less than 5 years in business. And I feel like those are the fragile times that, failure rates are extremely high, and people just need a little guidance.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Chip, for the introduction. Steve, would you like to introduce yourself and your company and your services, please?
Sure. I'm the owner of Solomon Turner PR in St. Louis. We're now in our 35th year, so we're just learning the ropes. We started early before the internet, before cell phones, and before Amazon and all this good stuff, and just kind of adopted from the old style shoe leather version of public relations to digital internet and social media. So what we do is we help companies build their brand. We look at different options and customize every campaign for a client. It can be a very small business, an author, a speaker, or a large corporation. We've worked with different celebrities like Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Steve Forbes, authors, other speakers. Northwestern Mutual has been a client, Caldwell Banker, Health South, and a number of other companies, not only in St. Louis, but around the nation. and we help them craft campaigns to meet their objectives. And we also have a very good Rolodex of top tier media connections. So if people are interested in getting on television, radio, podcasts, appearing in top tier media, articles such as the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, and so forth, we can help with that. I think our strength is we're affordable, flexible, work with all kinds of folks, and we're adaptable to different situations and know how to leverage certain kinds of traditional media placements and print and TV on social media and give it a lot more legs. So we're open to talking to people. I love giving expertise. In fact, I wrote a book about it called PR That Works. And this is available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. And so we're excited about that. And it's kind of 35 years of knowledge broken down into strategies, actual campaigns people can model, and then interviews with 4 of the top PR pros in the nation that I know. And it's all there in one book for a very affordable price, which you can get today at Amazon.
Yeah, this sounds great. Thank you for these insights. I appreciate it. Well, in these online networking event, I don't want to skip anything. I like to make sure our audience, our listeners, they understand and learn about your company and your offering. Before we move forward, Chip, I know you are also a published author. Would you like to tell us about your book as well?
Yes, my book is called The Bizzix Way, Powering Your Small Business to Maximum Momentum. Came out in April of last year, and it basically does what I said in print form. It kind of takes the momentum formula and applies it to business, and there's a lot of good physics application to the business world in it. In addition to the book, it's got about 20 or 25 planning templates that come with the book, and just trying to make it really easy for business owners to latch on to things to plan better and make their businesses stronger. So it too is on Amazon, hardback, Kindle, and audiobook, and have done really well with it on the Amazon rankings. I think I've got 5 #1 categories that I've been in on Amazon. So I've really enjoyed writing it after being in a kind of dull profession for 40 years. It was kind of really fun to write a book and meet some creative people. So
I appreciate it. Thank you for these insights. All right, so let's turn to a different industry. Let's look at nonprofit industry. So we have great guests from Pulse of War. We have Kelly and Kim with us. So I'm gonna have them on the virtual stage. So let's learn about their organization, what they do, and how we can collaborate. Hello, Kelly. Good morning. Hold on 1 second. I think I need to. All right, let's do this. All right. Okay, now we can hear you.
Okay. Nice to see you again. Thank you so much for having us on today.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Would you please introduce our audience and listeners, Pulse of War, as well as yourself, for them to know the organization?
Sure. My name is Kelly Porty. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I'm also the Veteran and Community Outreach Liaison. Our mission we're an animal rescue organization that trains and places our animals as companion and service animals with veterans, first responders, and also Gold Star families. We also support our active military. We have a variety of programs, which we'll talk about throughout the podcast today. I also have my colleague with me. Her name she's our engagement director, and I'll let her introduce herself to you.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Kelly, for the introduction.
Hello,
you. Kim. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you again for having us. We're so excited to be here. And just to piggyback off of Kelly, we do service dog training. We also have our war-torn program, which is very unique. It is our active. Can you mute it? We're echoing.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're right next to each other, so we're echoing.
Yeah, no problem.
So yes, we have our war-torn program.
Okay, so it looks like. Let's see. All right, let's try again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so it's for our veterans that are overseas and they bond with street dogs and cats while they're overseas. And with all the struggles that they have when they're overseas, this is just a small token of appreciation where we will fly there once they come home, to go get that animal that they bonded with. Because they'll come home and it'll be a stressor to think about that animal who they could have left in bad circumstances. And it's just something that really means something to them and their family. And then they have the option to do our training program. If it is a dog, then they come back. So we also rescue cats as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds great. Thank you very much for this introduction. I appreciate it. Tony, would you like to tell us about your organization and yourself as an introduction?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. What a great group, and such a cool support for our troops is amazing. Couldn't even think that that was something possible to do.
Yes, we wanted to take this opportunity to introduce Pulse of War, and starting this event forward, we like to also have non-profits in our networking event, and we like to also support them, help them promote their cause. So, I mean, just to your point, we are also excited to have Pulse of War in this episode, and I'm glad they are with us. I didn't mean to interrupt, Tony. Please introduce yourself and your organization. Thank you.
My father was in 2 wars, so Vietnam and the Desert Storm. So I can totally see the value there for sure. For my personally, over the past 20 years, I've been in sales, marketing. I managed an IoT and SaaS product that nobody wanted to buy or sell, and got people buying and selling it. And then I managed the commercial side of a $100 million business, technology, the tech team, sales, and marketing, and we turned that around to 3 times target growth rate. And then that was so much fun. For the past 6 years, I've been doing strategy consulting, where I've been helping companies transform, adopt technologies, but also building go-to-market strategies or tweaking pieces of it here and there. And my clients kept saying, Tony, these are great, but we don't want to spend $200,000 and wait 6 months for a plan. We need to get going right now. And we also need help choosing who to work with when you think about marketing. And I tried to write some thought leadership, and I did a webinar with the FANG, the largest networking organization of CFOs, and to try to, and I articulated how do you measure ROI and measure marketing activities and resources, and still wasn't enough. So what I've done now is I'm a fractional CMO plus, and I've taken that go-to-market strategy and I've laid it out. So I work with my clients at their pace to build their plans and goals and activities so that we can map out sales, marketing, and communications plans at the end. But I also start out with advertising within the first 2 weeks so that you can scratch that itch. Every business owner, when they want to sell into a new market or sell a new product, they do 2 things. They start advertising and they hire a sales rep. About 3 months after they start advertising, they stop because it's not working. And about 18 months in with a sales rep, they might let them go, or it worked out. And we just do a risk-based approach to help our clients have the greatest possibility of success. I like to say we reduce marketing costs 60% up front, and then 20% sales growth on the back end, based on my previous experiences.
Thank you very much for this introduction. Appreciate it. Well, in this second round, I'd like you to talk about what does make your company, organization different. The reason I am asking this, well, fundamentally, we are not monopoly most of the time. So we always have competitors and other organizations offering similar products and services in the marketplace. And I'm sure your organization has a position to differentiate itself. So I'd like you to talk about this from that point of view. What makes your organization different from the point of the type of service, the quality of service, and other benefits that you are offering to your clients? If that's okay, Chip, let's also start with you, and let's go around the room.
Yeah. Definitely. I think at a at a very high level, I think my book is very unique in the kind of business writing that we've incorporated a universal principle of momentum to business. So I think it's a very compact formula that people can master very easily. So I think at that level, it's got a certain level of uniqueness. But I think what has been important to me in starting this up is to make coaching and ideas very accessible to small business owners. I just know there's tens of thousands of books out there on business, and there's a lot of people in their ear, a lot of people selling them things. They're very busy, and trying to create a scalable platform for advice for very small businesses is very difficult. And I found over the years that a business starting out at let's say they're doing $100,000 a year in revenue, to hire a coach for $10,000 to $15,000 for a year is a pretty significant expense. And so, what I've been trying to be intentional about with my approach is, first of all, the book has a level of accessibility to ideas that is very compact. But I think the new level that I'm operating at that is still fairly unique in the industry is that I've developed a really great AI agent for the book that allows for a what they call a contextualized experience of the book for readers. So for a very nominal monthly subscription fee, anybody can come in and start basically interacting with me as the author and all the knowledge and information that's in the book. And I've got of course a lot of business principles, but I'm also a John Maxwell trained leadership coach and a speaker. So there's a lot of leadership principles in there, which is a very important thing for small business owners to have. So I think the affordability of it, the accessibility of it, 24/7 unlimited access to probably your best thinking partner that you could have, that's always available, always high energy, and always paying attention to you. I think there's a certain level of uniqueness to that I get really excited about. I've never been in a position where I felt like I was kind of on the front edge of something. I think the banking industry has always been a slow follower on so many things. And, I think my challenge in it is talking to people about AI and what that means, and, just getting adoption, getting people to try it out and see the power of it. It's been more work than I expected. It's a lot of different ideas about what AI is and what the dangers are, but I think the platform is very safe for people, and just try to get them going and understand how easy it can be. So I think that's our biggest unique right now is affordability, accessibility, and just kind of consistently great coaching for people.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for these insights. Steve, would you like to tell us about what makes your organization different?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much hands-on. My partner and I, Shelley Solomon, do most of the work instead of just handing it off to a junior or an intern or somebody like that, so that you get all the knowledge that we have packed behind your campaign. And one thing we've done over the years is we work with a lot of nonprofits. Speaking of support dogs, we work with Got Your Six support dogs here in St. Louis, and I understand that nonprofit and how it works. It's a phenomenal service, and I would love to talk more about that because that's awesome. And we've got national articles on that, so that's very impressive. I'm excited for you guys. I really am. So we do a lot of that, and we've worked with large and small. And what we try to do that's different, I think, is just instead of just throwing stuff out to the media and hope some of it sticks for articles, we actually put a campaign together with an objective. A lot of people will say, well, how do I measure this stuff? What's the ROI? So that can be kind of tricky, and we try to match something to their needs that works. Like, well, we need to open up 100,000 checking accounts in the next 6 months. How are we going to do that? So we can figure out how PR can tie in with the sales team to make that happen, or sell 1,000 cars or whatever the product is, and kind of figure out how PR plays a role in that. And PR isn't always about publicity. It's things like employee communications. It could be crisis communications, different kinds of aspects of it to help get your messaging out internally as well as externally. So we work on all these things. And we have a nice clientele and a lot of folks to connect with to get things done. And we've been networking like this for a long time. So we understand what it takes to take people to another solution. If we can't provide it, we can hopefully recommend somebody that can. A lot of times people will call us and say, well, I don't need PR. Do you know an accountant? Do you know an attorney? Do you know this? Do you know that? A good digital marketing person. And a lot of times we can connect them together and be a resource. So we're always trying to find a solution to a problem, whether it's a public relations branding thing or just for their business growth or personal growth. We can hopefully find somebody that'll meet their needs. And that's really what we do, what we're all about. We're solving problems and trying to help people just achieve their goals, whether it's business or personal.
Steve, thank you very much for these insights. Appreciate it. Kelly, let's talk about Pose of War. Help a vet, save a pet. I like it. I like it really rhymes.
So I would say there's a couple of things that differentiate us from so many nonprofits that are out there that are animal rescue organizations, and also an organization that supports veterans and first responders. One of them being what Kim was talking about earlier, our war-torn pups and cats program. So there's very few organizations that will go out there overseas in these dangerous war-torn areas. And we've been doing it for years now. There might be 2 other organizations, I think, possibly that do it. We have a active team on the ground that goes into a plan right away as soon as a active service member that's on deployment reaches out to us. And all of this has been done through word of mouth. So really that piece of it, to me, is always amazing because we are extremely busy and our inquiries are really unprecedented right now with this particular program. So as soon as we are contacted, we have a team that gets activated, and we also have partnerships that we work with all over the world. And we bring back those animals that a service member has befriended, whether they're on deployment or they're overseas. And the military will not pay for that animal to come back. If anything, they kind of not shun it, but they really do not want you to be focused on, befriending an animal. But for that service member, it means so much because it gives them a little piece of home and a little bit of a positive and healthy distraction. So the thought of leaving that animal behind, as Kim was saying, it's a trigger, it's a stressor. Just like, thank you so much for your family service. I know that a lot of the Vietnam War era has horrific stories that they still carry with them today of animal treatment over in those areas of the world. We still talk about it as something that we still say that it's something that they have to work through with their PTSD. So to bring back one of those animals for a service member and then reuniting them, or them just knowing that we're putting them in another military member, veteran, or first responder's home, is something that they will talk about for the rest of their life. So it gives us a sense of contribution, not only to help those animals that are most likely not going to make it in those areas, but also for that military service member that won't be carrying around the fact they left something behind that meant so much to them. So I would say that's the first thing. The second thing is a lot of organizations that train service animals or companion animals, they usually train the animal and then place with the service member or the veteran. They give them a training program and then they're on their own. Our organization is very different. The way that our approach is that our members are lifetime members. They're always part of our families. And there's no end. So once you become part of our Paws of War family and part of our community, you're there for life. So there are members, we're going into 11 years. There are people that have been here for 11 years. The whole thing that is amazing with the way that our approach is with the training, we place the animal with the service member or veteran, and they come to class and then they go through the training program. But the difference in that, what it makes from us, from others, is that that service member, that veteran, that first responder, they're dealing with a lot of different things, different types of disabilities, whether it's mental health or something physical. So a lot of times they're in the home and they're not coming out. They're isolated. They're dealing with loneliness, depression, a lot of different things. So when they feel that they're coming into an environment that they feel safe, they feel like they're with other veterans and first responders that understand them. So when that happens, they open up a little bit, they start socializing. So even though they're in class and they're training, they're still with other individuals that make them feel comfortable. And they can always come back to class, even once they finish. Like if they go all the way through and become a service dog, or if they become a therapy dog, or they can always come back. And then the volunteerism comes in, which is really amazing. I've seen, and I take it back to myself and also my husband, who's a retired city fireman. Once you get involved with the program, you want to serve, because that's what we know how to do. We know how to serve our communities and to give back in some way. So it gives us a purpose where we can go and volunteer. We can help with events within the organization. There's a lot of different things that we could do with that. So I would say those are the couple of things that differentiate us from other nonprofits. And, you know, we need the help to do that. So, so that's what I feel differentiates it. I think there's amazing nonprofits out there about anybody that serves the veteran community. But I would just say those are the few things that make us a little different.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's always great to learn more about Pulse of War. And we also put the website on screen. Not only the website, also meals that heal, specifically for that activity. And our audience can always visit and be part of it.
Thank you.
Great, absolutely. So let's have. All right. So let me update my screens. All right, there it is. Hello, Kim.
Hi.
All right. So why don't you tell more about Pulse of War from the services point of view? All right. Okay. So right now I cannot hear you. Looks like Kelly is muted. All right. So looks like you are using the same microphone. All right. Okay. Now we can hear you. Yes.
Awesome. So I think something that differentiates us is our dual mission here at Cause of War. So not only do we help the veterans, but we're also helping animals as well. So our tagline is helping both ends of the, and you know, other types of organizations themselves, they may breed the animals, and I think something different that we do here is that we find those rescue animals that need homes already and maybe in bad circumstances. So you're not only helping the veteran, but you're helping animals as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Kim, for these insights. All right, let me update my screen. Let's clean this up, and then let's update my. All right, so I'm gonna be right here. Okay, great. Well, Tony, why don't you tell us about your organization? What makes your company and services different in the marketplace?
I think one thing, and I'm going to say this, but I don't mean to disparage other companies, but I think one of the differences is the way that we approach transparency in strategy and marketing. And the challenge with strategy and marketing, the Boston Consulting Group in the 1990s wrote a book, and they defined strategy as the most used and abused word in the business language. And I define marketing as the second most used and abused word in business language. And as a professor, I have to say, I don't think we do it justice in college when we're teaching marketing and strategy, because a lot of times you tend to say something very narrow is marketing, or you say something very big is strategy or very narrow is strategy, hard to define. I define strategy as the who, what, when, where, how, and why you're going to do something. And marketing is like almost, if you think about a Venn diagram and how two things come together, I think marketing fits within strategy, and there's just a little bit piece of marketing maybe that's not in strategy or accompanied by it. And what happens is when you go to, if you go to a consulting firm and ask for a go-to-market strategy, it could reasonably cost anywhere from $200,000 to over $1 million. I could show you how you could get up to that amount. And there's this back and forth game you kind of play with them. Oh, that's too much money, and you're trying to like make it reasonable, and you're doing all of this risk adjustment in the proposal period. Or if you hire a marketing agency, they've got to understand the product, market, customer fit, and they're doing that on the back end. Maybe it's not in the proposal how they're going to understand the go-to-market strategy as so. We take a risk-based approach to it. I have a go-to-market strategy that I've been refining over the past 6 years or more, really. Learn, plan, build, execute. There's 10 steps and 40 elements to it. And at each step, we decide how much depth we're going to go into it with the customer based on what is going to give us the biggest probability of success in the future. And we agree on that together. And you're not paying for it up front. It's a little bit more work on my end because, we scale and do more as we go, but, I've got a great team and we get through it. But I just try to focus on that transparency, push costs straight through to my clients, where it's reasonable and possible. So, yeah.
Thank you very much for these insights. Well, in this round, let's go to the next round. Screens, all right, that looks great. Well, let's talk about common challenges in the marketplace. What I mean is, if you notice, in this online networking event, there is one professional from each profession. So that's a great opportunity. And that's how we designed the Connection America Business Alliance online networking events. There is always one professional from each profession. So it's a great opportunity for partnership. So in this session, let's talk about common challenges in the marketplace. What I mean is, from your point of view, in your practice, in your field, what are the common challenges that you see among your prospective customers or current customers, and how you are helping them, assisting them? That may be in the field of offering professional services, that may be in the field of offering as a nonprofit organization, as a social responsibility program, or other common challenges that you see that you are addressing. Let's talk about it, if that's okay, around the room, and let's share these insights with our audience. Also, as I mentioned, that's also a great opportunity for you to network here during these online networking event. Chip, if that's okay, let's start with you in this round, and if you can tell us about what common challenges that you see in the marketplace that you are addressing, helping, solving in your market.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for small business owners, we could talk for hours about the challenges. I think that if I could boil down what I think is most relevant right now is the idea of consistent planning in a very fluid environment that doesn't always serve the small business owner. I think that while small businesses represent basically half of the economy, they're not the straw that stirs the drink. And basically have to deal with a lot of outcomes from much larger companies, much really kind of profound macroeconomic decisions that are made on a daily basis. And so you have an owner who is in an execution mode, trying to make a plan while they're basically in a pinball machine of all kinds of things happening around them, whether it's tariffs or quiet quitting or whatever it is. Like there's so many macro events that are going on that they don't really have time to prepare and respond. And I think that that's a big motivation of mine with the book, and particularly the AI agent, that they always ought to have a way to without spending a ton of money, to do some reflection and really feed to the agent things that they're reading and about how that will affect their business. The agent, Physics on Demand agent, has the paperclip function, and any article or macro event, it can digest it immediately and just start having a conversation with the business owner about what they're doing, how they can respond, and that type of thing. So that would probably be top of mind. I mean, there's so many right now, and I would just say that a very specific thing is just a massive confusion about AI, what it means. And I kind of look back on banking in the early 90s, leading up to Y2K and all the online things that were happening, all the e-commerce, and it's a very confusing thing for people to master. And I think that's just one of many things that fits in the bigger umbrella that I mentioned first. It's big things that are going on that they don't totally understand yet to make good decisions about it.
Absolutely. When it comes to small businesses, first of all, that's very important, right? Small business is very important for the economy, and small business is a big business fundamentally. And when we look at small businesses, just to support your point, they have different challenges that you can address from your coaching practice. There is no doubt about it. And yesterday I was at a networking event myself, and we talk about these challenges as well on the small business side, especially the AI. To your point, how to utilize AI and how to make the most of it. And we also talk about the confusions in the marketplace about AI. So AI doesn't know everything. We need to be involved as humans and as business leaders, professionals. And in that sense, it's important to understand the position of AI. So it's not everything. It's just part of it. It's a tool. So it's important to be able to utilize it in that sense. I'm glad you mentioned that point. I truly appreciate it. Steve, shall we continue with you? What makes organization different in the marketplace, and how do you help those common challenges that you see in the marketplace, especially in this round that you are addressing?
Yeah, as Tony mentioned, it's kind of like getting back to grassroots at the beginning and trying to figure out, what is the business model and how we can play a role in that. And, usually there's a way to use public relations for growth for that. Sometimes they have other internal issues that they need to address before this is going to work. So yeah, that's important. That's a challenge. AI, you've been talking about it. People are like, well, how is AI impacting my branding? You have AI search. So now everybody is starting to use AI search as opposed to Google, Bing, and all these other engines. Well, there was a big study by a PR software company, Muckrack, and they found that traditional media coverage plays well in AI. So when people do an AI search, if you're well out there in your target market with articles, TV interviews, maybe podcasts or whatever, you have a really good branding campaign. AI will recognize that and will post that. And so you'll be well received. So AI right now can only do what it reads, and it's reading different articles when you do search, whether it be the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Bloomberg, NBC, CNN, whatever it is, they're reading that, and that's showing up in your search. So that's another component people are talking about. And the other one is social media. How do you increase the value of an article or a TV appearance or a podcast like this over and above what the event actually is? So you take something like this and you put it all over your social channels, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X, and you let your connections know that you were featured in this podcast, and this podcast reaches so many people, and this has been of high value, and you tout the benefits of it. So you don't just reach the audience of the event, but you reach thousands more through your connections. So that's another challenge, is trying to educate clients on how to do this. And we assist in that process and try to get them the biggest bang for the buck.
Steve, thank you very much for these clarifications. Actually, I'm glad that you mentioned that. That is also my observation in that sense, in terms of what companies companies understand PR and the importance of it. And I'm glad that you clarify it. So that's an important point that we shared. And I understand you actually address these confusion, and you help companies for the PR services. So it's a great insight to share. Much appreciated. Kelly, let's have you on the virtual stage. Let's make sure we hear you. 1 second. All right.
Okay.
I think we're all set.
Perfect. So I think for nonprofit, it's very difficult. Every different day we have different challenges. I think when we talk about a return on investment, it's hard to pick and choose because we're saving lives. So how do you put a worth on that? How do you choose, what is more valuable, what program's more valuable than another program? We do not in any way, shape, or form deny people. If a veteran, active service, military member, or first responder needs help, we're going to do whatever we can to get them that help. So it's difficult as far as the challenges, I think, in today's world, because everything is changing so quickly. You have some people that are extremely successful and other businesses that are struggling. So we're dependent on that as well. If we have a really good, strong economy, and our business relationships are thing to us. So if they're struggling in a way, even in an economy that's doing well, that affects us. So we're always thinking of new and different creative ways to partner with businesses, seeking grants, philanthropy initiatives, and developing different relationships so we can keep moving, so we can keep helping and save our animal rescues and also save our service members' families and first responders. So I would say the challenge is always being flexible, always being fluid, and just adapting to whatever's happening in our world, because everything affects us. If a war kicks off, if there's trouble overseas, if we're having riots within the United States, if the economy's booming, all of those things affect us. So I think the fact that we just have to be adaptable to those changes is a challenge. And it's something that we just always continue learning, asking questions, and just continue to do what we have to do to move on and to keep our program and our organization going and helping in the world today.
Thank you for these insights. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great. Let's have Kim on the screen. Hello, Kim. Any insights from you? How are we helping? What type of challenges we are addressing as powers of war?
Of course. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure. So I think most people don't realize that it costs $20,000 or more for each of these cases. So fundraising overall is our greatest challenge. We're competing with a lot of other amazing organizations that are fundraising. So just standing out among the rest and building those corporate partnerships are our biggest challenge, and just growing those relationships. That's why we're so grateful to be here. So thank you for having us, just to get the word out.
Of course. Of course.
We get some
Of course.
more meaningful relationships that grow here.
Yes, pleasure is all mine. I'm glad that we are having this online networking event. That sounds great. Well, let's have Tony on the screen. Let's continue our conversation. All right. So, Tony, looks like your microphone is muted. Let's make sure you're on.
I'm back on. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back. All right. Sounds good. We are all ears, sir.
So many things happening, in the economy, in the world in general right now, and so there's a lot out there, and everybody talked about AI, right, and how we're going to leverage that. But I think, really, from a solving challenges, I'm back at the basics with what business owners that are in my ideal kind of profile are looking at, is saying like, hey, I know that marketing can be a lever for revenue, And I know that marketing and sales are supposed to work together, but I don't know how it works. And it hasn't worked in the past. So, for those folks, it's uncovering what marketing is, how it works, how it comes together, and helping them to align their marketing resources and technologies at the right points in time based on their life cycle of their business, products, and markets. So really, I think that's just the basics. Marketing is 5 different functions and 14 different jobs. You can't hire 14 people plus. So what do you do in between, right? And that's just I've really found a strong draw for that recently from business owners, especially in this time of uncertainty when they're trying to figure out how to continue to grow without taking huge risks in spending a significant amount of money to go down a specific path, right? It's a balance they're trying to measure right
Yes.
now.
In the market, what I see is sometimes they don't know where to start from in terms of marketing, especially for small and mid-sized companies. For the enterprise level companies, they have dedicated team of professionals that they can address those marketing functionalities to a certain level. When we look at the small and mid-sized market, they have that get a marketing plan, how to position the company. And to your point, just to support your point, Tony, so it goes back to the basics, right? So what are we doing? Who are we targeting? Who is our ideal client? And where we should start from in terms of communicating to put the word out.
And I focus on business to business companies and manufacturers. And if you actually, it's interesting, you said that, if you're an enterprise company, you have a marketing team. But I've actually found, working at an $80 billion company and 15 billion, they didn't have CMOs, right? And there wasn't a clear marketing structure in each different division. They were kind of conglomerates of little ones. I had a client, a fairly large client last year, same thing. Like they had marketing communications, which was their focus. So I don't think I make that assumption. And even $100 million to 80 billion, it could still be a little bit haphazard. I think in business, B2C, when you look at like the Estee Lauders of the world, I mean, they've got an amazing functional team and are leveraging AI to reduce campaign times and everything. It's really impressive. But for us, in manufacturing, we're scrapping it together still a little.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Tony, for these insights. I appreciate it. Okay. So this is our this round, and then I'm going to ask your final remarks before we end our online networking event. So in this round, I like you to talk about any upcoming event, any announcement, any campaign, any promotion that you like to put it out there and share with each other and as well as with our audience, if that's okay. So Chip, let's start with you, if that's okay. Any upcoming event, announcement, campaign, promotion coming up that you like to share within the group and as well as our audience?
Yeah, I think our promotion right now is to get more users on Bizzix On Demand. We're offering a discounted rate. It's normally $24.99 a month, and it's at $14.99 a month with a 7-day free trial. And there's no long-term contract required, so it's a month-to-month thing. And I just really I'm excited to get people using it, and just understanding the benefits of how crisp and clean that can be. So that's our main thing right now, and you can find it on our Bizzix website, Bizzix On Demand. If you just go to www.bizzix.com and find the Bizzix On Demand tab, you can find a way to enroll in that and get started. And always buy my book, anytime. The book is a good start too, but I'm not doing anything particularly special. Amazon just keeps pushing the price down on it.
Making the promotion for you, huh?
Yeah, it's out of my hands.
Understood. Okay, well, that's great. Thank you very much, Chip, for sharing these. Appreciate it. Well, Steve, let's have you on the virtual stage. Any upcoming events, promotions, updates that you like to share with our listeners?
Well, we are, as Chip said, we do have a book, and I do have mine with me, so that's that was good.
There it goes. Yeah, it looks great.
PR that works, and I'm trying to do more to educate people about public relations and things, and and talk about the profession and things like that. So we also have T-shirts. There we go.
All right, PR that works. All right.
There you go.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. And we have a website, getprthatworks.com. So trying to do some education for small business owners and others that are trying to learn more about the profession. Maybe you're a student, maybe you're new, maybe you've got 1 or 2 years of experience, and you want to get your feet wet into public relations. So we're doing an educational push on this. So this is going to be our next thing, and hopefully it'll be successful.
I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you very much for sharing these. All right, let's have Kelly on our virtual stage. All right, sounds good. Kelly, all right.
So we are extremely busy this time of year, usually all year round. But right now, we have a couple of different events and campaigns we are focusing on. Kim and I will talk about a couple of different things. The one that I'm going to focus on is what we're calling our Thanksgiving Wish. So we have a group of 11 service members that reached out to us about bringing animals home from a war-torn area for Thanksgiving. It's something that we're in the process of working on now. It's actually 10 dogs and 1 cat that we're bringing back from overseas. We really need sponsorships for this. It's something that came on that we've been working on, and we just are trying to get ahead with this. It was something that came to the attention. We've been working vigorously with a plan, making sure the animals are healthy. If any injuries, taking care of that, the paperwork, all animals need passports. So there's a lot involved. Then you have the transportation piece, the timing of that. Everyone knows what's happening with our flights right now with cancellations and getting bumped. And this is all challenges that we deal with every day in our war-torn program. So if you're able to donate, please go to our website, causesofwar.org. You can hit our program section, and you can donate specifically to a program. This would be for our war-torn program. All the proceeds will go to this case. We also have many other cases, just about 50 open cases right now overseas that we're working to get these animals homes for our service members, and finding fosters for them, and boarding, and just taking care of all the medical and paperwork. So this is something that we've been really focused on the last couple of weeks, and we could really use everyone's help, whether you're a small business or individual or a large company. We're always seeking these relationships, and we have a lot of different ways we could do that. So please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email us through the website, and just donate straight through our website as well. And then I'll let Kim talk to you about a couple other things we have going on as too.
All right, sounds great. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Hello, Kim.
Hi. So one of our campaigns that we have going on right now is called Meals That Heal. And we partner with different restaurants in the area, or even out of the area, out of state. So, it all depends on what that restaurant is willing and capable of giving. We're trying to get those big corporate partnerships for larger restaurants as well. We plugged in the code, the URL at the bottom, causesofwar.org/meals that heal. So if any of you are in the area or know of any restaurants or partnerships that are available, we would love to be connected with them. In addition, we have an event next month at Twisted Cow Distillery in Northport. And if you are in the New York area, we'd love to invite anybody to that event. And you can check out our Instagram. Our handle is Cause of War. That event is on December 13th, and it's for the Army-Navy game. And they are honoring Cause of War at that restaurant. So we hope to see you guys there if you're in the New York area.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you for these insights. Let's have Tony on our virtual stage. All right. So, all right, Tony, we are with you. Let's update our screens.
So promotion. Let's say this: anybody who introduces me to a owner, CEO who's interested in talking about restructuring their marketing to try to drive revenue growth, I'll send them a pair of AirPods.
All right. Sounds good. Appreciate it. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Sounds good.
First
Well,
person that does it. Well,
well, promotion is promotion, so anything goes. Appreciate it. Thank you for
yeah.
sharing. All right, sounds good. So, I truly appreciate your time. So, any final remarks that you like to share before we end our online business networking event? Chip, any final remarks, any final notes that you like to share?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, I can't get enough of being around other leaders and business owners, and just thinking about how everybody has an idea for the world. It's going to be different and better for people, and I get a lot of energy from that. So thank you for including me in the group, Kevin. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you very much for being with us, and we'll be in touch. Appreciate it. Kelly, any final notes, remarks from your side before we end our online networking event?
Just very, very grateful for having us on today and for everyone's support. Please, if you have a moment, whether it's volunteering or any type of donation, individual or a relationship with a new business, we really would appreciate it. We desperately need them. Just go to the website, pauseofwar.org. And I look forward to connecting with you as well as Kim. And just thank you to the other business owners that came on today and sharing your expertise and your knowledge. I listened to all of it, and hopefully it'll make me a better community member as well. So thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Thank you very much. We all are supporting Pause of War, not only on Veterans Day. I suggest every day. So that's a great opportunity to put it out there and introduce Pause of War, and it's a great mission. So that's also a great opportunity for us to support the organization. I'm glad that you are with us. Truly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm so happy to be here. And if anybody's interested in us coming to do a presentation, we'll be more than happy to do that. The human resource departments that are out there. We also help small businesses through our social media. We have a very strong following. So all of these things, we have a lot of different and creative ways that we could support you back. So if interested, please just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for these, and thank you for being with us. Truly appreciate it. Any final notes, remarks from your side? Online networking event.
If anybody wants to jump on a quick 15, 20-minute call and do a go-to-market audit, think about if you're spending too much on your marketing or want a quick assessment, happy to do that.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tony. Chip, Kelly, Tony, thank you very much for being with us. Steve and Kim, I thank them as well. Thank you all for being with us. Truly appreciate it. And I wish you happy Thanksgiving in advance. And thank you for being with us today in the American Business Podcast supported Connection America Online Business Networking event. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Pleasure is all mine. Anytime. And to our audience and to our listeners, thank you very much for being with us. I hope you enjoy this month's online networking event. We organize these online networking event on a monthly basis. So this is that was the November edition. I hope you like it. And this is truly to introduce you different businesses. These online networking event is unique. It is because, first of all, we have one professional from each profession. So that is pretty unique. At the same time, our attendees, business professionals who are online networking here, they meet with each other, and they are also at the same time on the American Business Podcast live right in front of you. So they have the opportunity to introduce themselves, their products, and their services to you on these platforms. I'm glad that we deliver it today, and I'm also looking forward to the December online networking event. And we are ready to deliver these and organize these online networking event on monthly basis. So there's going to be the December version, there's going to be the January version, and we'll keep going these. if you are interested in joining these online networking events, you can send us an email, American Business Podcast at gmail.com or at aol.com. And you can also sign up and join us. Because it's an online networking event, you can connect from anywhere. You can be in North America, you can be pretty much anywhere in the world that you can connect. We welcome it. And that's a great opportunity to introduce yourself, your company, your products, and your services. You can reach out to us by email at gmail.com or American Business Podcast at aol.com. And I'm going to be sending you the registration page, and you can for the next online business networking event. I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. I'm looking forward to having you on the next month's online business networking event with the cooperation of Connectional America Business Alliance and the American Business Podcast streaming live from New York City. Thank you very much and have a great day.